Hi everyone. Happy Sunday, wherever you're watching me from. I can see three people here. Please, can you just drop you can just drop a message in the comment section if you are here watching me, and if you can hear me. I don't know if anybody can hear me. If you can hear me, if you're here, just please drop a comment, drop a message in the comment section so I can know that we have people here. Okay, I'll be waiting. Hi, Afolabi Kayode. Hello. Okay, now I think then you can hear me. Okay, so once again, happy Sunday, good afternoon, good day. You're welcome to today's section. Thank you, guys. Thank you. You're welcome to today's section. Thank you. Thank you guys for joining wherever you're joining from. My name still remains Olamide Messi. Okay, so today's section, what we'll be doing is question and answer about studying abroad. So today I'm here to answer your questions, any confusion, anything that is not clear to you. Maybe you have something that you're worried about or you're not sure about regarding studying abroad, particularly studying like grad school in the US. Okay, so you can start by, oh, thank you, Mr. Dan. Thank you so much. Yes. You guys can start dropping your questions. But before then, I would like to appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining. This means a lot to me. I really do appreciate you because I understand that everybody is busy one way or the other. So you joining means a lot. And I'm sure I'm gonna like do my best to answer all of your questions. Okay, so we can start. If you have any question, please. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you. Thank you, Luani Femi. Thank you, Kule. Thank you, Damilola. Thank you, Afolabi. Yes. So let's go straight to why we are here for today. Um, Questions. If you have your question, just go ahead and drop your questions. And I will be waiting. Yo. Okay. Okay, while I'm waiting, I can ask you guys questions. I can go ahead and ask my questions. So, for those that are applying to grad school, how is your application going? How is it like? What process are you in currently? Have you submitted any application at all? Have you completed your statement of purpose? Let me know. You can drop that in comment section. And if you would like to join me in the studio, if you would like to join me in the room, just let me know. I'm gonna like put it in the link in. Let me just put in the link. So if you want to join me in the room, you can that's the link to join me. Okay. So guys, I'm waiting for your questions because that's why we are here. Yes, to answer questions and answers. So I already asked my own question. How is our application going for prospective graduate students? How is it going? And you can as well share this link with your friends to let them know that we are now live, because I think some people might think we are going to be going live in the next 30 minutes, but due to the change in the time, like saving something like that, so we had to like shift this back a little bit 30 minutes earlier. So that's why we are starting like 30 minutes earlier than the proposed time. So you guys, you can share this link with your friends and let them know that we are live. And I can't wait to have you guys drop your questions. Please drop your questions. Because you're perfect in all of your ways. You're perfect in all of your ways. Okay. I'm gonna share this on my social media, and I want you guys to please share with your friends too. Because nobody's asking any question. I'll just try to be patient at the same time. Yeah. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, since you guys don't have any question, I'm gonna just wait for a few minutes. Okay, we have the first question. So, what can we do when our cold email of a desired professor of our choice gets to reply? Thank you. Okay, so you're asking that what can we do when our cold email of a desired professor of our choice gets no reply? So, first thing, I would so the answers I'll be giving today, I'm not saying my answers are like perfect, but to the best of my knowledge, based on experience, and this is what how I'm going to be answering you guys questions today. Okay. So what I think you can do is send a follow-up email. Okay. So if you have sent a cold email, you sent a cold email. Then after, if you did not get any response, you can follow up with another email. Okay. So let's now say, oh, you did not get any response after sending like a follow-up email. I would advise you can just make inquiry about from the graduate committee, like the graduate coordinator of that particular program. Like ask them questions if there is funding opportunities, if they know if the professor like if they'll be taking in students for that section. If yes, then go ahead. Because once you get into the system, you can once you get admission and funding, you can always walk up to talk to the professor that you want to work with, like, and he will see you as more like you'll be more in this. I don't want to use the word valuable, but it's going to be willing to accept you as a student because you're already in the system. Okay, so what you can do is send a follow-up email, and if you do not get response after sending a follow-up email, you can as well send a message to the graduates committee to make inquiries before applying, because that will give you an insight of if you're going to be admitted into that program, whether or not you'll be admitted into that program. You get it? All right. So thank you. If I have not answered your question, just bring another one. I'm going to like answer it. So we have time. All right. Thank you. Yeah. So Dr. Here is asking, is it okay to use recommendation letters for multiple schools? That's a very good question. So one first thing, in terms of recommendation letters, most schools would not want you to submit it yourself. You won't be the one submitting it yourself. So you have to get professors, and you're going to like put in their name in the system, and they will get a link to submit that recommendation letter. So whether you are using the same professor for different schools, of course, what will be different is probably the title and probably the course that you're applying for. So let's say you're applying for masters in statistics in this particular school and PhD in statistics in this school. The letter of recommendation might be the same, similar, but it will carry different name of school, the name of the program, and it's different. So in terms of, maybe you are trying to ask if you can use the same professor. Of course, you can use the same professor for various multiple schools, but the content has to be different in terms of the name of the school, what the program requires. So that is why I always tell people to check for the requirement, check for what the school, check out for what the school is looking out for in your recommendation letters. So if they say they want your recommender to talk to you about, to talk to them about your leadership skills or how you can cope well in academics, or probably like maybe they just want to hear from people about this particular aspect, so they have to like focus on the aspects too. So that is why you can't just say it has to be generic, but it's usually of the same format. And I hope I've answered your question. Thank you for asking that question. So please, if you have any question, ask your question, drop your question in the comment section. Okay, so I can see your question, Daniel. Thank you. So your question is about sending cold email to professor. The graduate coordinator of the school I intend applying to reply my email saying I do not need to contact any advisor prior to my application. That is very good. So you can see that you do not need to contact any professor. And I used to like that because that shows that you don't need to get any assurance from any professors before you apply. Okay. So in that sense, what I would advise you to do, once they tell you don't need a professor, to send an email to or to secure a professor before anything, and you can just go ahead, check the school website, check if they have funding, if they have funding opportunities, either for teaching assistantship, especially for teaching assistantship, you don't need professors, or research assistantship, then you can go ahead and apply. Okay, just make sure that you meet the requirement. You have to meet the requirement before you can apply. If you do not meet the requirement, do not stress yourself. Like, do not apply. Just ensure you meet the requirements, and that would save you. That will like give you assurance that, oh yes, you're on a good standing. Okay, did I answer your question, Daniel? Let me know. So your question is, do you still send the code email? So this is different, right? Let's say the professor, you're seeing a professor that is requesting for a student, like they have research opportunities, and the graduate community already told you that you do not need to secure a professor. Okay. So you can as well still go ahead and send a cold email, because the professor is looking for a student, like he's ready to fund the student. The fact that they said you do not need to send an email does not mean that if a professor has a research opportunity, you cannot send a cold email. So you understand. So you just have to look at which category do you belong to. Is it that the professor, you saw like an advert, or you saw an opening in a professor lab, and you feel like, oh, you can send a cold email to get in, and the guidance committee is telling you you do not need to send a cold email. You just have to see that, like, that's in, like, it's kind of interwoven. You have to send a cold email if a professor is advertising. But if they said it is not necessary, that means it is not necessary. You understand? I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. Danny, let me know if I answered your question. Okay. Hello, Olamide. Hello. Yes. I'm still waiting for other questions. And if you guys anybody wants to join me in the room, you can let me know. Okay. So I actually dedicated this time to answer a lot of questions, because I get a lot of questions in my DM. People asking me a lot of questions, a lot of questions. And I'm like, oh, why not? You guys can just come and let us talk about this at this time, because I can dedicate few minutes out of my time for to answer you guys' questions. So if you know anybody that you feel like, oh, they need to hear about this, you can share the link to them and let them join us now so we can answer their question. Okay. All right. So then there's this common question I always get, people asking that, oh, when I got admission and I did not get funding, what should I do? Yeah, so a lot of people have been getting admission lately. Like, they've been getting admitted, like offer letter, no, will I say offer letter, admission letter without funding. So if you're in this category, you've gotten admission and you've not gotten funding, and you need funding, right? You can attend without funding. The first thing I would advise you to do is to say, like, you have to send an email. Like, yes, you have to send an email to the school. You thank them for giving your admission, and you let them know that you cannot attend without funding, and you have to ask about the funding opportunities, like ask about the teaching. Maybe you've applied for the assistantship, ask about what's going on, like when are you going to, how, like what are your chances of getting the funding. So that is the best thing to do. Okay. So when you get admission, it's a normal thing. Like, sometimes you get admitted without funds immediately. Like, probably the funding is coming. It will come in like weeks after, or maybe some people cases, like, they will get the offer letter, funding letter first, and they will now get the admission letter later. So you just have to check which one is yours. Some people one will be like they're getting it together. They're getting it together. So you have to check which category you belong to. All right. If you've gotten admission and you've not gotten funds, you just relax. First thing, send an email, and hear from them first before you just take any action. All right. So yeah, thank you. Please, you guys, drop your questions, and tell people. Yeah. So I'm going for Olamide. Olamide, is there an approach for drafting an essay on diversity, equity, and inclusion? Yes, there's an approach. So first thing, before I answer your question, I will also advise you to always get template for whatever you're doing. That is why we have templates, okay? So template is going to guide you to know what you want to write. And when I mean template, award-winning template, people that you know that they've gone through the whole process and they got it. You understand? Like you can always like reach out to people that you feel like they've applied to that particular school and they wrote, of course, like they went through their same approach, so you can always check out to see what it looks like. But generally, for an essay that is talking about asking you about diversity, equity, and inclusion, so they're trying to like ask you about what is your role in this aspect? What is your say? What do you think? So what you can always write in this type of essay is probably how you've been a partaker of this. They used to call it like, let's say, I'm not going to say culture, like a characteristics of a particular school, like they believe in diversity, equity, and inclusion. So do you believe in this? If you believe in this, are you an advocate for this? You understand? So how have you been an advocate of this? How have you like partake in diversity, equity, and inclusion? Maybe it can be in your environment, maybe in your home, maybe in your church, maybe in your group, or probably, yeah, you just have to talk about how you believe in diversity, equity, and inclusion. Or you can also cite an example and say, oh, perhaps this is what diversity and inclusion have helped you, what it has helped you achieve. Or maybe probably you feel like, oh, for instance, maybe you when you went somewhere, you were not like feeling like among, or maybe you're not feeling like, oh, you belong to this kind of place. And as a result of that, you were not your mindset was really like somehow you're overwhelmed because you felt like you did not belong. And maybe because the way the people approached you, the way the whole program like they accommodated you, so you were able to like get better, and that way you were able to excel in whatsoever you're doing. So that is another example. So it can be probably how it has helped you or how you have partaked in that aspect in diversity, equity, and inclusion. Okay. So if I did not answer your question very well, if you are not convinced, or if you feel like, oh, this is not what I'm talking about, this is what I'm asking, then please, you can as well drop your question, like you can react it or just tell me that I'm, they know, re-answer me, okay? Yes, so Martins, you graduated with a low CGPA and you want to apply for grad school, but the CGPA is limiting. What can you do? Very good. So yeah, low CGPA, you might think it's a limit, like it's a barrier, but it's not, okay? So what you can do if you have a low CGPA, I'm going to just give out few points, and I hope you're going to make use of them. And this is not just for people that have low CGPA. Even if your CGPA is high, you can as well like make good use of this point. It is going to improve your chances of getting admitted. So I hope, Martins, you're listening to me and every other person. So if you have low CGPA, number one, I will recommend you writing graduate GRE, okay, or GMAT, because and you have to prepare and excel in this GRE and GMAT, because that way you can show your skill, like you can let them know that, oh, you can do this, you are happy, because if you're able to pass your GRE and GMAT, then of course you're ready for grad school, you get it. So don't let your GPA limit you. Prepare, sit down, look at the GRE or GMAT exams and plan to write the GRE exam so you can boost your chances of getting admission. So that one we count as certain points. So because this thing is always in terms of points, right? So writing GRE is going to increase your points and maybe like good score. I mean, like when you have good scores, high score, so that is one thing. So oh, forget about the past. Now you want to sit down, and prepare very well for the GRE exam. You understand? That is one. Number two is that I would recommend you working on your voluntary and leadership and experience. Okay, so in terms of voluntary experience, like how you can as well give back to your community, how you can as well partake in a lot of events around you to give yourself, like, you understand, this is really helpful. You can join organization, NGO, so you can put this in your CV and this thing, because there are some scholarship, they are not even looking at your CGPA. What they are looking at is your, what do you call it, your leadership experience, the way you've given back to your community. So that is another thing that can help you. So another thing that can help if you have a low CGPA is that you can take certifications, you can take online courses or do a PGD program, you understand? And that can help attest to the fact that you're ready for grad school. So I think with this, you are good to go. So then, Martins, another thing I would also say, something just occurred to me is I don't know your field. Can you let me know what field you belong to? So you can also send cold email. You can cold email professors if you have research experience. So you can work on your research experience, like build your, let's say for instance, I don't know how I can I don't know an example, but let me know your field. Let us know your field so we can, okay, chemistry. Very good. So let's say you did chemistry, right? You can as well go and work, like get a work experience in that area, in that field, like go to the I don't know, lab and get it. Then you would look out for what professors are looking out in grad student, prospective grad student. Go and get experience in that area. Honestly, it's not just about your degree right at this point, because you are now experienced in that field. You can tell them that, oh yes, I am experienced in this thing and I am capable. This is what I have done. This is the research I have done. So this is a very good thing now for your field. You can work on your research experience, and that way you are going to be able to send cold emails to professors and let them know. So cold emailing professors, from there you can secure funding, right? And yes, before I forget, you can also do WES. So do WES evaluation and look at where you stand on a scale of 4.0. So for those of you that are just joining my channel, for you are just joining this live, if you've not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. And I want to refer to this. Martins, check out the video where I talked about WES. You can check out where you can do the free WES, do the free WES, look at where you stand, and as well, you're going to have to do the WES evaluation. So it's expensive though, but it's worth it. If what you really want is getting a fully funded offer. You understand? So yes, if you have any questions, still drop your questions in the comment section. Okay. Thank you, Martins. If I've not answered your question, let me know. And if I've answered, yeah, that is it. Thank you. So do rest, summary of everything, do rest, write GRE, get voluntary experience, get enough research experience, and yeah, send code emails to professors. Okay, so Samuel, you have a question about getting a full funding. What is the estimated probability of getting the visa? Yeah, so most cases, so after getting a full funding or fully funded offer, so at least you are a bit on your safer side, I would say. That's not a guarantee of you getting a visa. I'm not a visa officer, you understand, but in terms of getting a full funding offer, you can as well, you'll be able to, like, you'll be yourself, you have bragging rights, right? That you can tell the visa officer that, oh, you work hard for this fully funded offer. You've not come to this interview to play, right? You've gotten this fully funded offer, and they will ask you, they can ask you, how did you get this offer? People like, oh, you submitted strong applications, you did the work, you did, like, they know it's not an easy thing to get a fully funded offer, right? So you're on a safer side, your probability of getting the visa has increased. So you understand? So your confidence in your like, I don't know how I'm gonna put it. I don't know what the term to use, but the range at which your probability of getting a visa is higher compared to when you're not having funding. It's not a guarantee, but yes, you would see people with fully funded offers getting the visa compared to people with no funding. So it's just at the same time, you just have to just pray for the grace to get the visa after getting the funding. Okay, thank you for answering asking that question. So then you have another question. You're applying to multiple schools and you're already thinking of possible answers if they ask how many schools you apply to. Oh yeah, yeah, you can always tell them the number of schools you apply to if you apply to multiple schools. What you're looking for, you're passionate about studying, applying to grad school. You're passionate about studying, right? So that is fine. If I like seven, that like seven is not, no, it's not a flag. No, it's not. I don't think that's a flag. So it also depends on how many of those schools actually gave you the offer. You understand? So how many schools gave you offer out of seven? You understand? So yeah, thank you. Let me know if how many schools gave you seven out of the offer. Out of how many schools gave you offer out of the seven? Yes. So Martins, we answered the question already. And Darlington, you've done your West evaluation. How do you get a fully funded institution for a master's program? The discipline is mechanical engineering. Very good. Your discipline is a wonderful discipline where you can easily get fully funded opportunities. So it still values around the same thing. So let us just talk about this thing as if we've not talked. Let's just assume we've not pretend as if we've not talked about how to apply to grad school before. So for those that are just joining us, if you want to know about how to apply to grad school, so how to get fully funded offers, so listen, pay attention. So what I would first say is like mechanical engineering is very wide, right? Okay, and there are various research interests. And coming to grad school, you're coming to do research, right? Oh, for masters, yes, still you're coming for research. So identify your research interest, identify your interest. So now you've identified your interest, mechanical engineering. So now you have to look for schools. You have to look for schools that are offering your course. Okay. And the school that are having your course that are funding, because they might have your course and they don't have funding. And I'm sure you said you want a fully funded offer. So now you've identified the schools that have your course, that they have your course and they have funding for you. So now check out the requirements. Generally, most of the requirements is always like the academic CV, the statement of purpose, the recommendation letter, okay, and your transcript. Very, very important for application, for applying. You might need other things after, but for applying, then application fee, which I always advise people to ask for application fee. You understand? So please, so what I'm just saying is that you people should like always check all these requirements, always check out for these requirements when you're applying to schools in the UK. So Darlington, what I would just say is go ahead now that you've done West evaluation, you're on a safer side because schools are asking for West evaluation. You mark the, you like cross that requirement, right? So check out for schools that have your course and funding, and that way you can get it. So if I may ask, what is your GPA after doing risk evaluation on the scale of 4.0? And there is this list I have a list of like I did a collation of schools in a like I did a collation of schools for 2025, so you can also check out that list. You might find your course there. Okay, thank you for asking that question. Still, please share this with your friends. Let them know because this is like a rare opportunity. We might not have this kind of opportunity like for the next few weeks. So let's maximize this opportunity. Yeah. So on to the next. But before that, I'm gonna take a break. Just 1 minute. You guys should please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share. Okay. So now moving on to the next. Recommend schools for MAP science. I don't know what is MAP science. Please write it full. Do you mean political science or yeah, you can write it full. Now the next thing. Next question. I am applying for 2025. Just looking at planning ahead. Thank you. Okay. Samuel. Oh, Samuel, you've not you oh okay, I see. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's good one. Um Hello, I am currently running my master's program and I'm the end of finishing my thesis. Okay, okay. Can I apply for PhD? Oh, yes. You have a master's, you have a higher chance of getting admitted. Although that does not guarantee it, but like you have an IHA because people from BSc directly they get into the PhD program, right? So you have a master's, so you have a lot to talk about. You've gotten a research experience. Your thesis alone is enough to talk about your thesis alone is enough to talk about your research experience. So yes, please go ahead and apply for PhD. That is the best thing. Except you want to keep having masters, then you can apply for masters again. They would always take you. They will always take you. But if you are passion for going for PhD, apply for PhD and you will get it. I'm very sure that you will get it. Okay. Yes. So please drop your questions. Okay. If you have questions, if you're watching us, drop your questions. Daniel, does the acceptance rate of a particular school affect your admissions into of course, yes. So if the school has a number, like if they tell you this is the number of people that they can admit, so this is just like a very good question and a very like so you can, this is where like statistics come into place, right? You can see the acceptance rate. So that can make you, you can, from there you can tell that, oh, the probability that this school is going to apply, is going to admit students higher than this particular rate is, you can tell, right? So that is why you have to check acceptance rates at the same time. So always check acceptance rate. That is going to give you a clue of, oh yeah, they don't really take students, or this is the number of students they take. Let's say the school only take 2 students, so you know that your chance of getting admitted, admission is a bit low compared to schools that are taking like 12, 13 students. You understand? There will be more competition for that 2 students that they want to take, because a lot of people will be applying, except that people are not applying. So let's say, like, for instance, let's just be practical. This particular school wants to take two students and 50 people applied. Your chance, and you're among those 50, your chance of getting, let's forget probability, let's forget statistics, right? Your chance of getting admission into that school is very low compared to a school that is taking 14 students and they are all like 50, right? And you're among that 50. So your chance of getting admission into that school is higher compared to that. So that is how acceptance rates come into place. And at the same time, you have to put into place, into that is where comfort that, and there's this rule called Simpson rule. Okay, so that rule is just like certain things always account for all these confounders in admission rates, because sometimes you look at they look at your sex, like female or male. They look at so many things, diversity. They try to like put into diversity and all. So aside that, let's just be practical. Your chances of getting admission into a school that is taking few students is lower compared to the chance of you getting admission into a school that is taking a higher number of students. Okay, so I don't know if I answered your question, but yes, your acceptance rate, the acceptance rate of a particular school affects your admission. That is why I will always advise, don't submit any application as if you are submitting for just like you want to play, or you want to just, let me just give it a try. Give it, put in your best, because you are competing with the best of the best. So that little effort that you're going to put into it is going to, like, it's going to make sense. Even if it is just that little, you don't know what those people are looking at, right? So give in your best, because I don't see any reason why you are doing something without wanting to get results. You want to get results, you want to get offer. Put in your best. If it's going to cost you sleepless nights writing that essays, give it your best. Write it, and honestly, you'll be very happy you did. You'll be glad you did. So don't look at Of course, we can get tired, we can get overwhelmed, we can get oh god, this thing is so stressful. But yeah, raise up, pick yourself up, start writing that essay, start writing that, send that email, and send that code email. Don't give up, don't give up, don't get tired, okay? So yes, let's not divert. And yeah, Darlington, so you're on a good chance, you're still on a good standing list, because most schools will always require 3.0 CGPA. So you meet the requirement. Okay. So recommending schools for political science, you can check that list as well. That Excel sheet that I have, and check out. I think I have few schools on political science. So I hope I answered your question. So what do I think about University of Alabama? So far, I think the University of Alabama there is wide. They have one in Boomerang. They have one in, I don't know, Tulsa. University of Alabama has like various campus. So I think they take a lot of international students, yes. And I think they also offer some funding. So that is what I think about University of Alabama. I know quite a number of people in University of Alabama that are international students. You understand? Tuscaloosa. I think it's Tuscaloosa. I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, you're currently planning to apply for master's degree in agricultural science. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, go ahead, Debola. Like, you can ask for question. You said that you want, so like, do you need schools, or what is your question in particular? Like, what are you trying to ask? Let us know. Oh yeah, so we have like 15 minutes more, 16 minutes. Yes. So don't be selfish. Let everybody partake in this, not just you alone. Because I always tell people that this journey, you can't do it by yourself. As much as you're trying to be confidential, you need people along, and also try and carry people along with you. It might be your colleagues, it might be your friends. You have an accountability partner, so that way you are going to work with speed. You understand? Like working with people together in this journey really helps a lot. So share this with your colleagues, share this with your friends, and let them ask their questions too, or you can just take their questions and put it here. Okay. So where's the Excel sheet, please? I'm gonna put it in the description section of this video. Oh, I think I one of my videos you can find it in the description section. But after this live, I'll put it in the description section so you can find it there. Okay. So yeah, Debola, your question. You're planning to apply for a master degree in agricultural science. Just 1 minute. You're currently planning to apply for a master's degree in agricultural science at the University of Arizona, but you're not seeing any funding about any. You're not seeing any funding available. Do you have any idea about it? So you're going to. We're gonna. I'll share my screen now, so I'll show you how to check out for that. So University of Arizona, right? So I don't. Oh, let me share my screen right now. So we look at it together, okay? So master's degree agricultural science. Oh, agri economics. So let's go. I don't know. Can you guys see my? Can you see my? If you can see my screen, just let me know you can see my screen. Please, you can just drop a comment message in the comment section if you can see my screen. Adebola or anybody. Then I don't think anybody can see my screen. Oh. If you can see my screen, just say yes. If you cannot, okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Yes. So I'll go ahead and so let's say we want to look at academics. So let's look at the graduate programs. And then you come to we want to look at the program agricultural agric economics, right? So I think we can find that in hmm, just start here. Let's look at the graduate programs. I'm interested in exploring the programs, and I'm going to look at agricultural science. So we can see agric minor. So this is a doctoral program, and this is so I think they are funded because for them to have all these programs. So we have accelerated this one. So which one do you want us to check? Uh Adibola, which one? Analytics. Okay, okay. Analytics. Okay, okay. I can see your message now. So let's look at it together so we can say this right. So in terms of funding, you can either go to the okay. Let's look at the information. So this is just the deadline information, and this is the requirement. So this is the funding opportunities. So they have funding opportunities. They have graduate research opportunities. So I believe we've answered your question. Okay. So read the information. They said a majority of students in the MS program receive financial assistance. So even you can tell the way they have a lot of programs, I can tell that oh, these people they have funding. So I have checked for you, they have funding opportunities. I think you just have to apply early so you increase your chance of getting admission and submit your application on time. You are welcome. If you want me to as well, like share my screen and walk you guys about how to check if your school actually applied ask funding or probably how to check requirements, I can do that as well. Probably share my screen one of these days and I would just post it on my YouTube channel. And also, I also recommend you guys if you have time, go through the videos on the channel. You never can tell. Just one little information that you need to just that's gonna help you. So this information is not like I'm just sharing it because I know too much or it's just I only know little, right? But I'm just trying to like the little I know just to give it out to people, and I believe it's going to help. It will be helpful, I would say. So yeah, the next question. Oh, I can't believe we've spent 40 minutes, but that's interesting. That's good to know. So yeah, I am a PCM waiting for batch C1. Can I apply to school next year? Of course, yes, go ahead and apply. In fact, I was still in school when I started my application, so yeah, please go ahead and apply. Go ahead and apply. Start your application, okay? Because it's not a day dream. You don't start applying like 3 months before you want to travel. You start a year, like at least, in fact, at least a year before the next calendar. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and show you guys something now. I'm going to share my screen and show something. So this is YouTube. Okay, so I want to show you guys something. I believe you can see my, let me. So can you see my screen? If you can see my screen, I believe you guys can see my screen. So there's this video I talk about. There's this video where I talk about when you can apply. Okay. For many international students dreaming of apply to grad school. So I talked about like the application. So this guy really is really helpful. So you need to understanding the admission cycle. It's very important because this is going to help you know when you have to apply. We have fall, we have spring, we have summer, right? So it all depends on when you're looking at. But my advice is that fall is very good because there are more funding opportunities for fall. Because we are international students, we need funding, right? So fall admission cycle is the best and it's the most competitive. Of course, there are a lot of opportunities to in spring, so you can check that out. You need to look out for the deadline. So for you that you're still saving, imagine that most schools their deadline will be like this December, January. So you have to put that into condition. So when you apply, you have to wait before they give you admission. Then you have to do after getting admission, you have to process your visa. So it's a good thing for you to start now. Okay. So I hope I answered your question very well, Opeyemi. I hope I've answered your question. Okay. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for those of you that joined. Please, any other questions for me? Any other question? Is there any way I can help you guys? Is there any question that you guys have for me? Please ask any question. Ask any question. If you think it's confidential, you can come into the studio and probably like just drop a private chat for me. If you don't want people to know, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Okay. So I think while waiting for people to drop more questions, because we're planning on running up in few minutes, I'm just gonna head and I'll go ahead and just talk about so let's just talk about this application cycles one more time. So we have fall, we have spring, we have summer, just for you to guys to understand. So if you want to start applying for fall, the deadlines for fall application cycle is mostly now December, November, and January. So if you are looking for a particular school, let's say you later on decide to want to apply to this school, you might realize that the deadline is like you've missed the deadline. So start checking for your this thing right now. And also in terms of the requirement, the statement of purpose, that thing takes time. It takes time. So you want to start early and always give it to people to review for you. Because what you won't see, somebody else might see it. To you, it might make sense, but to them, they might be like, "Oh, this thing you can change it this way. It's not necessary." And that is what this is another place where an accountability partner will always come in place. Okay, that way you can always like, "Hey, oh, please let me check this. Let me check this." And yes, please don't plagiarize, okay? Don't copy somebody else's statement of purpose. Don't write word for words. Don't use AI to write. You can train the AI to write for you, but don't just like depend totally on AI writing a statement of purpose. Please and please, you are reducing your chances of getting the admission. Write this thing yourself. Of course, like we just have AI. AI is there to make your life easy, but write your statement of purpose yourself. Give it to people to review to you, and don't just copy people's statement of purpose word for word. These are the things that count. Like you need to do your work. Imagine like you've had a story of somebody that So there's this story of somebody that was already in the US, okay, and they later realized that the statement of purpose that he or she used was not for her, like or him, I don't know, for the person. You won't believe that they revoke the admission, and once they revoke your admission, they revoke your status, and you're going back to wherever you came from. So don't plagiarize. Do your things accurately. Do it very well. Don't be in haste. Take your time. Give it your best, and at the end of it, you'll be proud. You'll be proud, and you'll be happy that, oh, I did this thing. I did my best. I did it well. You understand? So anything worth doing is worth doing well. I would always say that. Like, if I'm doing anything, I will give it my best. I'm not just gonna do it like, oh, just do it anyhow. Put your best in everything you are doing. Okay. So do you know any of this school that gives more full funding? You can check my Excel sheets to know about it. So I have those schools there, those lists. So I don't know your course. Can you let us know your course, Shay? So maybe I can tell if your course is there. And I can also probably share the link, like show you guys this thing right now. But yes, so before we round up, just a general advice. Okay, if you have any question, drop your question. But my general advice to everybody that are applying to grad school is you guys, you need to believe in yourself that you can achieve this, okay? You can achieve this dream. You can achieve this dream of studying abroad. People that are getting the funding, they don't have two heads. They don't have, it's not like they did anything special. They put in the work, and that's just it. So you have to believe that, oh, I'm going to get this thing. So the determination of that, I'm going to get this funding opportunity, that will help you put in the work. So set a target for yourself. Be like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do that. You understand? And work towards your target. That is how you get it. There's no special package, there's no special routine or anything. Oh yeah, biochemistry, fully funded opportunity, a lot of funding opportunities for biochemistry in that, yeah, like a lot of schools, I would say. Thank you. So, just as I was saying, guys, you need to believe in yourself that you can do this. A lot of challenges will come. Yesterday, we had a speaker, right? We had Tulatolu had speak to us, and she was telling us that there is nothing like. I still try to like cajole people and just be like, oh yeah, don't be lazy, don't be. She was like, she was really blunt, and she's like, you guys, you have to put in the work. Everything is hard work, okay? You can't be lazy, or you can't expect somebody to baby spoon you in this journey. Of course, people will give you information and all, but when they tell you to do something, do it. When they ask you to go and rewrite, rewrite. When they ask you to do this, do that. So that is how you get results. Without working hard, you can't get any results. Forget about the fact that, oh, you have a low CGPA. Forget about the fact that, oh, you did not, yeah, forget about the fact that you have lost the weight. Forget about the fact that you did not do this when you were this. Now focus on the present. How can you make it better? What can you do to adjust? What can you do? Where can you improve? You understand? So that is what you need to focus on. So guys, you guys that want to apply for grad school, be focused, okay? Because there are a lot of challenges that you still face in front of you. There's still a lot of things that you will meet and all. So the summary of everything is be focused. And also, I would always say this: write your statement of purpose on time. Write it on time. Okay? Get the list of schools, get your requirements, your transcript, your academic CV. Give it to people to review for you. Talk to your letter of your recommenders. And if you're able to save little money, start saving. They will pay application fee. There are free waivers, right? There are fee waivers. But, you know, let's assume something is free. A lot of people will be applying there. Your chances of getting admission is low. But schools that people have to pay, few people will be paying because they've sacrificed to pay that amount of money. So only few people can like sacrifice that amount of money. So because it's a lot of money, I understand it's a lot of money, but try and save up little money you are getting, anything you can get, you can always save up and pay certain application fee. But I'm an advocate for like free application fee, like because even some schools, even if they are not waiving it, you will ask them, please, can I get application fee? I don't have money and I want to apply. Okay. So yes, so guys, that's just the I think this is where we are going to stop for today. I'm rooting for you guys. I'm wishing you all the best in your applications. If you have any question, I don't know. I wouldn't say you should drop a question in the comment section, but yes, you can always drop a question in the comment section, and I'll do my best to answer it when I'm free. And I will put the link to the Excel sheets here in the description section of this video. Okay. So thank you guys for joining me today. I really do appreciate your time. And I hope you guys had a good time too. Until next time. Yes, on Saturday we'll be having another webinar, and we'll be talking about scholarship opportunities in a particular country in Europe. Okay? Not yeah, Europe. Europe, yeah. Yeah. So you guys join us, okay? And save the Add that to your calendar. You don't want to miss it. If you're here to subscribe, subscribe so you don't miss it when we drop a new video when we are on live. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you to Biloba. Thank you. Thank you guys for joining. I really appreciate you guys. All right. Till next time. See you. Bye.